We're starting with Pokedoku. I'm realizing that they have cooked me because they have now added a new axis or a new criteria. Can learn Thunderbolt. That's a problem for me because none of these say lightning or electric or whatever it's called these days. Okay. Yeah, this is really tough. How can something be normal and fighting? Oh, if it's from insert country here. If it's from north of Princess, am I right, fellow Queen students? Okay, let me think about this for a second. Okay, this is tough for me. It's conceivable that I could actually get a 0 on this. A ghost that can learn Thunderbolt. I'm gonna say if anything can learn Thunderbolt, it's gonna be Chandelure. All right, that's huge. Normal can learn Thunderbolt. It must be Ditto because it can learn any move. All right. That you got to understand. That's pretty good reasoning. It's the kind of reasoning when you like don't study for a final exam. You're like, I think I nailed that from first principles. Then you get it back and you're like, what the fuck? 61? It turns out Ditto can't learn Thunderbolt. The answer was actually something they covered in lecture that you just had to have gone to it to remember. Ghost fighting. Venkman. Trevenant. That, I'm going to guess there's a grass involved in this guy. Ghost ground. Normal ground might be like the closest I could expect to get. Like, I imagine Diglett is the most normal ground I know. If not for that, what about Nido King? Nido Queen is like a poison. Nido King is not ground, okay? Normal fighting. I find in Gen 1, there's very few like duo types, right? There's like just a couple, is what I understand. So this would have to be after that, in which case I would say it's Ambipom. Oh! This one's a real problem. I'm coming by it honestly. Galar, I know Galar. Galar is the British Pokemon. So maybe Galarian coughing. What? Wheezing? Galarian edition? Wheezing Galar. Hang on. Galar? Galar Pikachu. Galar Electa Buzz. Elekid. What about Regieleki? Electric. I guess these would be electric type Pokemons now that I think about it. That dude is just a key. What are we talking about here? Klefki? He's a key. It's ridiculous. Delibird? Yeah, can I get 300 grams of sliced poop, please? Celesteela? Keldeo Resolute? Grident? Indeedee male? Indeedee female? Musical guest? Inteleon G-Max? Featuring Tapu Lele. Galar wheezing. Yes. Yes. The Industrial Revolution and its consequences have been a boon for expecting which Pokemon would have access to electric-type moves. Galarian fighting. Galar Machop. Not Garchomp. Can I say something, by the way, as we go to the Machops here? Machop, normal dude. Machamp, steroid user. Machoke is actually the optimal aspirational build for a strength training man. It doesn't require unrealistic body expectations like growing an extra pair of arms or like hard taco shells out of your head. It's just he's pretty vascular. He might be on NO Explode, but Lechonk, Epic Chonk, Zest the Sour Boy, Kaparaja G-Max. When did the Pokemon become machines, man? I don't know. Normal fighting is that one not is Snubble what I'm thinking of Hariyama. Okay, Snubble. No, Snubble, I know this one actually. This is a fairy fighting type, right? I got two more guesses. Normal Thunderbolt. Mr. Mime, maybe? Mr. Mine, as I call him. Normal. Maybe this sounds crazy. Aerodactyl. All right. I'll live with that. I mean, I did the best that I felt like I could have. Gengar can learn Thunderbolt? Okay, that's just one you gotta know. Oh, that's fair enough. Beware! I actually could have gotten this one because there was a Beware community day when I actually was still playing Pokemon Go. All of these other ones, I basically had no shot. I mean, I know Golurk, but like Ghost Ground, that's a tough overlap, man. All these other ones, I'm not really that familiar with. That's tough. It's a tough one today, but you know what? We did our best. Or I'm happy we at least pulled out one. You can click to see other answers. It's all right. I'm not sweating it too much. Okay, hang on. We're on Framed. They're in Europe. This could be a James Bond movie in Europe. But the palette has me thinking that this is a big budget movie from the 80s or perhaps the 90s. I couldn't tell you what it is right off the bat. I will tell you for free that it is not The French Connection. Unless it happens in the second half of the movie because I haven't seen. You know what? The French. Just give it a chance. I don't want to embarrass myself. Pink Slime. This is The Godfather. The famous pink slime scene in The Godfather Part 2. Isabella Rossellini. This is Steel Magnolias. I just actually... This is probably Katzelmacher. It's Michael Caine, bro. I have no idea. Is Jaws 4? Steve Martin on a beach. This is The Jerk. They don't even have it, bro. I don't know this movie. Michael Caine and Steve I simply don't know, man. Dirty Rotten Scoundrel. Fair enough. I don't know it. There was nothing you could have put the poster and all the cast on there and I would not have gotten it. Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. Michael Caine was young at one point. I mean, he's probably like 50-something. He might even be 60-something in this. But there's like old... I don't know if it's like the way you anchor on a person's age when you're young, or if this is a combination of the fact that you anchor on someone's age when you're young and they're old, and people looked older from a younger age back then. There's a lot of actors who like have kind of always looked old even when they were young. Like I said, I've been watching The French Connection. The shit came out in 1971. It's a 53-year-old movie. Gene Hackman looks 52 in The French Connection. He must have, because Gene Hackman's probably like 90 now. He must have been like 40 when they filmed it, but like he does not look 52. Dude, go watch the scene in the movie where he's got his shirt off because he was just making love, okay? He hacked his jeans. He has like a thin hair with like a little bit of a comb over, a full chest of like curly gray hair. Yeah, he's been retired for a while. I think his last movie was Welcome to Mooseport. Gene Hackman does sound like a Kojima character. Let me guess. Factal Sports works today, but Factal Regular doesn't. Okay, Factal, you just got cut from the list. You got to get a more reliable web host. Life is too short for me to wait 9 seconds for your website to load. It's 2024. That's supposed to be like one of the good things about today's society is that websites load quickly, okay? I'm just going to level with you. Factal does work today. I am not going to do top 5 countries with the most number of immigrant founders with unicorn startups in the United States. Give me something about real industry. Most potassium pulled from the earth, 2004, okay? I don't care who invented the better toaster. We're going straight to the Daily Dozen. Okay, do the potassium. I'm going to say number 1, Kazakhstan. A big country with what I assume has a lot of heavy industry. It's not for the Borat reasons. It's got large geographic space, which probably scales or correlates at least with having a lot of geologic deposits. It's Canada. Let's go. Very common Canada dub. Our economy is based on mining, mortgages, and maple syrup. Call me Canadian Guy Fieri. After injuries to the starting QB and backup Drew Stanton, this NFC team had to start third-string QB Ryan Lindley during wildcard weekend in January of 2015. I wasn't really following football back then, or now. NFC team. Let's choose the team which is known as the... My brain is like Seahawks. Don't say Seahawks. Seahawks. It's the Seahawks. Don't say Seahawks. It's the Green Bay Packers. They're in the NFC. I should get like yellow on this one for at least naming a team that's in the NFC. By the way, I just want to click on this one real quick. I'm not a believer in like the idea that you can infer someone's athletic talent from their name, but I feel like if your quarterback, if they're named Ryan Lindley or Ryan in general, your ass is not winning a playoff game. You might make it to the playoffs in one way or the other, but you're not winning a game. I'm sorry. What about Ryan Tannehill? Yeah, how did the Titans do this year? The San Antonio Spurs won 67 games during the regular season and had 2 players averaging over 17 points per game. Kawhi Leonard and this guy, LaMarcus Aldridge. Yes! One of like 4 San Antonio Spurs players whose names I know because he consistently showed up in like most underrated NBA players lists. Egg nose ball. Getting one of the sports questions is huge, man. After getting waived early into the 2021 season by the Angels, Albert Pujols signed with this NL team where he'd play for 85 games before rejoining St. Louis in 2022. That's easy. Cincinnati Reds. It was the Dodgers. Really? I thought the Dodgers were good. Pujols was good. Yeah, for the Cardinals in like 2004 to 2012, but we're talking about 2020, bro. The Xterra is made by Nissan. That's a given. This is her name. Sorry, this is Killian Murphy and Rosamund Pike. That's it. Killian Murphy, Rosamund Pike. By the way, big ups to whoever in chat said Celebrity Mashup is a gimme today. That was not a gimme. Until like this year, Cillian Murphy, I wouldn't say he was unknown, but he was lesser known for sure. You would have been like, really? The Peaky Blinders and Sunshine guy? And then I felt like I was the only motherfucker who actually knows Rosamund Pike's name. Peaky Blinders was massive? Yeah, in the Midwest. He plays the Scarecrow. He's got a bag on his head for like the whole movie. It's like some mumblecore Mark Duplass shit. Produced by Frito-Lay. This bag of pretzels has its name in blue letters. What is rolled gold? He is in that plane movie, Red Eye. If you tell the flight attendant, your dad dies. In 2013, Netflix revived this Emmy-winning sitcom that this is Arrested Development, and sometimes dead is better. Tom Berenger, Willem Dafoe, and Charlie Sheen starred in this American war picture. What is Platoon? This rapper has been dating singer Jenny Aiko since 2016 and released multiple hits in the 2010s, including Bounce Back, I Don't Frick With You, and Beware. Who is 2 Chainz? 2 Chins. Oh, man. I have no idea. In the 2010s, rapper from the 2010s, I don't really know. Young Jeezy. It's not Young Jeezy. Who is it? Big Sean. I was like, what? I was way off. Jay Easy. Average score 4.7. We got a 6 today. I can live with that. Lowest score, as always, Celebrity Mashup. Highest score, Cars and the Major League Baseball Association, the MLBA. It's not too bad. Cascadle. Oh, dude, now we're talking. I think something happens. They stopped selling this in Canada. A few years ago, Pirates Booty made like a big blitz in the Canada. It was in every store and it was on sale in every store. I got addicted to it. Then it stopped being subsidized by venture capital and went up to what its actual like production cost was. And I said, no shot, I'm not buying that shit anymore. I'll just eat apples. Pirates Booty is tasty though. It's really good. 45-ounce bags. 200 ounces of Pirates Booty. Can I see this in grams? Net weight. Sorry, I'm zooming. I can't read the grams. I got to learn that ounce to gram conversion. I'm gonna do a heuristic here. I'm gonna say that the price per bag on this is going to be 40 cents American, and that would put this at $15.99. I'm gonna say it's $13.99. This is crazy. It is $10.49. That is insanity. What is that, like 30 cents a bag? It's less, it's like 26 cents a bag. That's crazy, man. Did Costco make this game? Because it always makes me want to go to Costco. They're small bags? Bro, it's a small price. 26 cents a bag? 26 cents a bag? Popcorn is free? This is not popcorn. This is puffed corn, okay? I looked this up on my website earlier today. It was $15.99. What? So you're saying I was right twice. I'm taking 2 for the price of 1 there. Call that the Costco special. No, Pirate's Booty is better than pre-bagged popcorn. It might not be better than movie popcorn, but it's definitely better than like skinny pop. That one's not even. I mean, you're debasing yourself by even drawing a comparison between the two. It has the white cheddar flavoring on top of it. Is it better than Smart Food? I think it's better than Smart Food because it tastes about the same. But Pirate's Booty doesn't leave kernels in your teeth, and it doesn't leave like a coating of white powder on your fingers. Sorry, it doesn't taste the same. I mean, they in my opinion, they both taste equally good. They don't taste the same as each other, though. Read, subject, period, tank, shock, blue, matter, issue, phase, chapter, dash, point, wheel, stage, rose, coral. Stage, chapter, phase, period. These are euphemisms for time. Subject, point, issue, matter. Synonyms for the thing at hand, that which we are discussing. Coral. Things in a church. I don't know. Rose, coral. Things in a car, wheel, dash, gas tank, shocks. Parts of a car informally. I'm a genius. Rose, blue, red, or reed, coral. Or what is it, arrangement? An arrangement of blue? Oh, that one. That. I'm glad we had that one for last. Color homophones. Blue, coral, red, and rose. How droll, Niles. How droll. Me when someone makes a question that's too smart for me. Oh, that's stupid. Yeah, I'll be playing your crossword without an account today. No disrespect, we're 90s maxing. I don't need emails. Do today's mini crossword to get your participation badge. Spelling competition. What is a B? Soccer highlight. Goal. A gift. Curse. And a curse. Gift. The I in for what it's worth. It's. Almost there. We got a mistake here. It's probably not Borfs, huh? Peer group. What is boats? Per person. Each. Elk. A gift. Quack. Decorative pondfish. Koi. Pesky insect. Gnat. Hey, very clever stuff here. A gift is not a present. It's a knack for something. You have a gift for, blah, blah, blah. And a curse, oath. That one I'm not sure if I get, but. Like the F word? What do you mean by that? Like the F word they said. Oath is another word for a curse, as in a swear? Yeah, maybe in Louisiana. I didn't realize this was the Lafayette Times. The Lafayette York Times. May 12th, 2017. Second weekend, 2017, at the box office. 2017. Genre is Marvel, because this is made by Disney. 2017, huh? So Infinity War was like 18. What was just pre-Infinity War? Maybe Guardians of the Galaxy 2? First principles! First principles! 20th Century Fox going up against week 2 of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, starring Amy Schumer. This is Trainwreck. It's not Trainwreck? I'm going to have to simmer on that one. I don't know if I can name another Amy Schumer movie. Warner Brothers, 15 million, starring Charlie Hunnam. The Lost City of Z. Sons of Anarchy, the movie. Pacific Rim 2? Pacific Rim? Pacific Rim Uprising? He's not in there. Okay, this is a tough one. Universal made $200 million, which in my opinion puts it below Jurassic World 2 levels, starring Vin Diesel. This would be Fast 5, I think, came out when I was in Korea in 2011. So 6 years. Let's say they made 2 more movies. This is Furious 7. This is Furious 8. The Fate of the Furious. Greatest search algorithm of all time. Box Office Game has got it all figured out. Walt Disney made $500 million and is doing amazing at the box office, minus 5%. I mean, amazing relatively speaking. It is an animated picture. Romance. That one's throwing me. I'm trying to think of what came out around 2017 from Disney and Pixar. So like 2018 is like Toy Story 3. So 2015 is like Inside Out. So you got like maybe a Coco in there somewhere. Yeah, Coco. Can I get a tagline just to simplify this? Be our guest. Oh, it's the Beauty and the Beast remake. I would have gotten that from cast too, because it's Emma Watson. Who the heck is... Oh, I guess Dan Stevens probably played the Beast, right? A live-action adaptation of Warner Brothers with Charlie Hunnam. From nothing comes a king. King Arthur. The Legend of King Arthur. Okay, one second. Take me back to Amy Schumer. Mess with me, mess with my mother. And Goldie Hawn. I'm just going to be honest, I simply don't know it. When her boyfriend dumps Emily, a spontaneous woman in her 30s, she persuades her ultra-cautious mom to accompany her on a vacation to Ecuador. When these two very different women are trapped on this wild journey, their bond as mother and daughter is tested and strengthened while they attempt to navigate the jungle and escape. Snatched. Everything about this movie makes me want to go off on a rant. The poster, the color of the font itself, the cast, the title, the premise. Cost $42 million to make. When the child Arthur's father is murdered, Vortigern, Arthur's uncle, seizes the crown. This is the Guy Ritchie King Arthur movie, which is called King Arthur, Legend of the Sword. Okay. This is a tough one, because it's really like... I'm just going to say it. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, not my favorite Marvel movie. This is not this is a good weekend to stay home, in my personal opinion. Fate of the Furious, though? It's not my tempo. Yeah, man, it was COVID? What the hell? Where do you live, brother? Guardians 2 is the best movie in the MCU. Obviously, you've not seen Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. I wish I could figure out why my movie grid was so slow. They need to export the box office game search algorithm and speed to every other dull. Like that search algorithm works great. Did you see me type Fast and the Furious 8 or Fast 8 and it brought up the Fate of the Furious? That's the greatest search algorithm of all time. It's like the Netflix one. The rare Netflix dub. The search engine knows exactly what you're looking for. You type in Snatched, and it's like, we don't have that, but here's Trainwreck. It's like as soon as you type in the word, rather than matching the word, it takes your search, puts it on IMDb, and then brings up similar movies from the IMDb related movies list. This is a very, very niche sort of build here. Begins with a vowel. Matthew Broderick begins with a vowel. We go election. Is a little fat. That they gave me 55% for this? Is it only my viewers that are playing this game? I honestly thought that was going to be like an 8%. Matthew Broderick. I mean, they're begging for Ferris Bueller's, which is why you can't play it. We throw in, for modern day Matthew Broderick, we throw in Tower Heist. 7.4, we take those. And for 1980 to 2000 Matthew Broderick, I feel like there's enough Gen Z playing this that like Inspector Gadget is going to get a pretty high count. So is The Lion King. So I'm trying to think of some Matthew Broderick stuff that's like less well known. But I can't. You know what? He's in the cable guy. 2.5%. Let's go. I just don't have room in my life for another friend right now. Yeah. Okay. Jim Carrey, 1980 to 2000. 2001, we go The Majestic. Ooh. Begins with a vowel. Eternal Sunshine's going to be number one here. Ace Ventura is in here. I'm running it through. Just running it through personally. Okay, I'm comfortable going Ace Ventura 2 when nature calls. Should have gone with the Ace Ventura 1, bro. I should have known nobody was going to take Ace Ventura 1 as a result of it being canceled in modern times. I thought people would just type Ace Ventura and then they would click on the first one, but alas. Yeah, I Love You, Philip Morris would have been a better play there. That's fine. Jim Carrey, 1980 to 2000. I mean, there's any number of options, for sure. I'm just trying to think of what would be low on the list. I think they're all going to be pretty high. So you got The Mask, Ace Ventura 1. Maybe Ace Ventura 1 gets cannibalized by the vowel question. Yeah, I can live with that. 9.7%. Then Helena Bonham Carter. For 2001, we go Planet of the Apes. 2001. I'm scared though, because they might think this is the 1968 version, but this is going to be like a very low percent. Okay, we're gonna go Big Fish on this one. I'm just not comfortable yeeting a guess on a nomenclatural issue. 1980 to 2000. I'm just gonna admit to you that I'm essentially stuck. So I feel forced to go Fight Club, even though it's gonna be high. And then a Helena Bonham Carter movie that begins with a vowel. So I'm going through the Tim Burton stuff. I'm like, Big Eyes. No. Big Fish. Already been done. None of the Harry Potters. Maybe, oh, you know what? She's in Alice in Wonderland. The Tim Burton Alice in Wonderland. We take those. 9 of 9 correct. Top 9% of players. Aye, this was for you, Diogui guy. I saw you say Eternal Sunshine would have been lower than 30%. Well, well, well. Good thing I got the eyes of a much younger man. Matthew Broderick's in No Hard Feelings, huh? A skippity riz to you as well. Man on the Moon is 3% in the bottom right. Yeah, I mean, it should be 3% because it's 97% wrong because it doesn't start with a vowel. Last time I looked at, left. Okay, left, sorry. It turns out everybody makes mistakes. It's a great movie. Milos Forman. Bro's so ready to start flaming. Well, you got to remember that this comes from being a teacher. Sometimes you would spell something wrong on the board, and you'd be like, you're really going to correct my mistakes? Like, I read your papers, motherfucker. You got a C+ on your last essay, and you're going to be like, you spelled a word wrong? Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. I'm just saying you shouldn't make an enemy of the person who controls your GPA. I didn't realize that you were a perfectionist. I couldn't tell from the quality of your work. You know what? Just for that, you're getting Pokedoku. The original hockey doku. Oilers Hart Trophy winner. Taylor. Oh, he must have played on the team that season that the award was won. Okay, we'll simmer on that because we just got to make sure we're not cannibalizing anything. Hart Trophy winner who also won the Vezina. They don't have to win in the same season. That's the tricky one, bro, because Hart Trophy winner doesn't go to a goalie that... I guess Carey Price probably won both. I was thinking Jose Teodor, but sure, Carey Price is your... Can I get a gut check now that we filled this out? Did Jose Teodor ever win the Vezina? Or is he only won that disputed Hart Award? He did win the Vezina. Good for him. Why would we know? I don't know. You might know hockey. Vezina Trophy, under 500 games played in his career. I feel like we could go Felix Potvin on that one. I feel like we can go Ken Dryden on that one. Should have gone Dryden first. This dude looks like he's from the 1970s for sure. Drafted in the first round, Vezina Trophy winner. We can save that because there's going to be a lot. 40 goals in a season, under 500 games played. They only need to have scored 40 goals once. I almost feel like you could go with like a Jonathan Chichu for that. That's tough. After that, I would go Mike Bossy. Wow, okay. So those are good guesses, by the way. They happen to be wrong, but they're at least... They aren't just pure yeets. Hart Trophy winner, 40 goals plus in a season. Just give me like an Evgeny Malkin or something on that one. Hart Trophy winner. The Oilers are easy enough. Oilers under 500 games played in career. We will go with Nail Yakupov. Drafted in the first round with the Oilers. We'll go Nugent Hopkins. The rare adult hyphenated last name that Corey said doesn't exist. By the way, can I just... Chichu played 501 games? That's ridiculous, man. They should give him... Because some of those he probably wasn't doing anything. 500 real games. By the way, someone said, why does Ken Dryden look like a hobbit? A lot of people praise Ken Dryden. And deservedly so. He had an amazing NHL career as a goaltender. He won the Stanley Cup like 6 times in 8 seasons. And like... the Vezina Trophy almost every year that he played. Then he retired when he was still young, got his law degree, became a practicing lawyer, and then a Canadian politician. A lot of people say, wow, what a renaissance man. I say, dude literally made the worst trade of all time. Dude was a professional athlete and said, let me go into Canadian politics. Wouldn't be me. He must have a love for the game. Let me put it that way, because that would not have happened. I would have played out my second contract. The first one, you get the entry level. Second one, you make a little bit of money. I would have signed like a 12-year deal after winning that 8th Vesna, and then just completely given up on my conditioning. And basically just been flamed on social media for the next 10 years as like, oh, this contract is an albatross. We can't win anything with Dryden on our team. And then taking my guaranteed money, and you would not catch me in the House of Commons. I'll tell you that, but you could catch me in the Cactus Club Cafe. Hart Trophy winner who won the Hart Trophy on the Oilers. I mean, the gimme is Connor McDavid. Now I just want to think about this. 40 plus goals in a season and drafted in the first round is like every player who's ever played and scored 40 plus goals in a season. So we could just say Alexander Ovechkin for that. That's a gimme. Drafted first round, Vezina Trophy winner. I'll take a Marc-Andre Fleury. And under 500 games played, 40 goals in a season. That's the... What about like a... What about like a Sergei Makarov on that one? I don't know. Oh, you're right. I should have taken somebody who's young, not somebody who retired early. Yeah. Oh, that's why it's good to have more than one person, in the room, because you got me thinking. Kaprizov. Kaprizov. That makes sense. I should have chosen young players, bro. Makarov never had 40 plus. He was 40 plus when he won the Calder Trophy. Extremely common Calgary Flames L. Look at this shit. I've never seen this before. They have best grid. This is unbelievable. I know lots of old hockey players, and I know almost nobody on this list. Like, okay, that's Bernie Boom Boom Jeffrey on. That's a given. Who the hell is Warders? Who the hell is Kerr? This is a sketch. This isn't even a picture. Now, I do know Tony Tanti, but that's just because the Canucks don't have that many notable players from like 1970 until like Pavel Bure joins the team. Well, until Trevor Linden joins the team. So they always are like, Tony, a Canucks alumni, Tony Tanti. And he comes out and he waves from center ice. Yeah, this dude doesn't even have a damn picture, bro. It was a good one, though. We always have fun with it. Today, I would like to go from Lesotho to Somalia. You're going to go to South Africa. Botswana. You're going to go to Mozambique. Oh, that's rare. That is rare. Zimbabwe is like over here. This is like Kenya, Uganda. What's going on down here? It's not Burkina Faso. It's not Angola. It's not Mauritania. It's there's so many in here that I forget. Can I just type Z? Zambia is exactly what I was looking for. It's not Zimbabwe. Okay, we moved 2 degrees north. I'll take that. Can I just get a Uganda just to bridge the gap a little bit? Oh, okay, Kenya. At least get your connection. All right. This is like the Horn of Africa. Am I crazy to... No, because South Sudan and Sudan are like right here. Or maybe Ethiopia. Ethiopia's north of Somalia. Can you just type Africa? I don't think it would be the Central African Republic. I have to imagine the Central African Republic is like in here maybe. We have several guesses, but I just don't... Well, you know what? Toss them one. H. G. Gabon? Could you be Gabon? Okay, hang on. D. Djibouti. No, I think that's in Western Africa. S. There's a few. It's not Senegal. Somaliland. S. This is embarrassing, bro. Every country has an S in it, by the way. How about M? How about N? How about L? How about C? Z? Tanzania? Tanzania? Yes! And they said, I don't know African geography. Well, well, well. Undeserved. You were top 94% today? 6th percentile. I like the sound of that. What is this game called? I guess that's what the premise of the dull is. Isn't there a game called like Journey to the East or something that has this art style? Metacritic score of 80. Kingdoms of Amalur. Reckoning. It is a PlayStation 4 game. It's that Vancouver Monster Hunter game. Dauntless. Action adventure. Skip. Original release 2017. To me, this looks like Gravity Rush. But Gravity Rush is like a puzzle game. Right? It is Gravity Rush? I thought Gravity Rush was a puzzle game, bro. I also thought it was on the PS Vita. Maybe Gravity Rush 2 is a PlayStation 4 classic. It's an action puzzler. Okay. We take those. Gameel Classic. This is a Pokemon video game. Because that shit that's Buizel right there. Man, no, that's Charizard. This is Pokemon Unite. He's a genius. Dude, I got a streak of 47 on this son of a gun. That's crazy. Gameel art, you get yourself warmed up. Gameel Guess is actually the hardest dull ever created. I have absolutely no idea. I'm going to say it's Ghost Recon Wildlands. I mean, I get that there's like digital walls here in the jungle, but I couldn't possibly fathom what this could be. Could this be like the Talos principle? This is Control. Maybe this is it kind of has that theming about it. Lady with a gun in like very kind of Art Deco sort of meets interdimensional type stuff going on. 2 lives remain. I actually just don't know, bro. Unless, 'cause this is not the same lady from Returnal, is it? It has that sort of sci-fi organic aesthetic. I actually simply do not know. I must skip. I've never heard of this. The Entropy Center? This one was designed to kill streaks. Whose mans is this? You have to play it? Come on. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I would be bad at it. Probably, if it's a puzzle game especially. Okay, Gameel Guess. If I'm going to do a puzzle game to embarrass myself on stream, it's going to be an escape room, bro. I actually think that would be great to have like an escape room co-op stream. Does anyone know how many people can fit in Escape Simulator? One day, instead of doing Jackbox, we should do Escape Simulator. 4 individuals. That could be fun. I did it with 8 once. Quit bragging. Escape Simulator. 1 green is good. It is more recent than 2021. That's also like a crazy data point. It also has a mystery element to it. Mystery element to it. Real quick, no spoilers in chat. What's the name of that game? The detective game that Mouth and I have played? It was like 3 words. Shadows of Doubt. Thank you. Shadows of... Rip. It's recent. I don't know what this could be, to be honest with you. I can't... For some reason, my brain can't think of a game that's come out in the last 2 years. Or 3 years, I guess. But it's January 12th or something, so everyone relax. So let's say a game that came out in 2023 and figure out what year it is. Baldur's Gate 3. It came out in 2022. Just like Elden Ring did. Yep. Oh, do it. Okay, we're getting greens. It's like an action mystery. Maybe don't tunnel vision too hard on mystery. It is an adventure game. I want to find out if it's an indie game. So I'm going to guess Super Meat Boy. That didn't give me what I needed. Because I wanted to isolate indie. I wanted to get rid of adventure. But we definitely know it's probably an action mystery. Adventure? Adventure is like the least descriptive genre in gaming. Okay, so let's think about it. Remember, we're not trying to get the right guess. We're trying to narrow down the categories as much as we can. It's a third-person game that's on the PC and probably other platforms as well. It's Danganronpa Trigger Happy Havoc. Give me a hint. It is a role-playing hack-and-slash adventure mystery game. Role-playing hack-and-slash beat-em-up. It's Genshin. It's Honkai Star Rail. It's Genshin Impact. There's no hacking nor slashing in that, good sir. It's ultra... No, it's third person. It's... Is it this Harry Potter game that they have a picture of behind it? It's hacking and slashing. Devil May Cry, Devil May Cry 6. The thing is, we're hacking and we're slashing. from 2022. And we're hacking, and the thing is, we're also slashing, which is one of the coolest parts about it. I'm going to say this is Mom's Revenge. I'm going to say this is Bilbo's house. Oh, Gotham Knights. I completely forgot that this game existed. Gotham Knights? Everyone did? You did the Grease song to this? Oh, did I? And oh, those Gotham Knights, tell me more. Okay, that makes sense. I could reconstruct the bit, even though I don't remember it. By the way, I saw, like everybody else, I saw those leaked screenshots from the Suicide Squad game, and I share your cynicism. I'm glad that society is finally starting to get the right opinion, which is that video games, especially AAA video games, have too many stats and too much shit on the screen these days. Dark Souls, I know this is like a normie take now. Dark Souls is perfect. There's two stats that matter. Damage and weight, okay? Everything else, they got other stats. Not necessary. The only thing that matters is can you dodge and can you attack. That's it. You don't need the weight of this is this, and then it does this much damage against green enemies, this much damage against yellow enemies, this much damage against armored enemies, this much damage against psionic enemies, and also it has this much lightning damage, this much poison, this much psionic, this much cold. It's just... And then you got to get the shards. The shards, you can convert the shards into gears. The gears, you take them to the engineer. They make your blacksmith level up so he uses less shards to imbue your weapon with extra defense. And it's just like, it's just too much, man. It's just too much. That's more like Lies of P. Yeah, but the gameplay of Lies of P is fire. I'll have you know, it made Carnage's list of the top 10 games of 2023. What was last year again? 2023? The challenge today is Oscar-nominated films. 6 words. An R-rated musical comedy from 1982. Semi-well liked by the audience, not that well liked by the critics. A funny thing happened on the way to the forum. The producers have transformed a gentle, well-meaning, satirical Broadway musical into a parody of itself. It happened one night. These are not 6 words, but... Director Colin Higgins has to be congratulated for his effectiveness at handling the trickiest of problems in musicals, the moment at which a character bursts into song. Sweeney Todd, the demon barber of Fleet Street. Its treatment of the oldest profession is about as sexy as orthopedic shoes. Girls, the incredibly true adventure of 2 girls in love. I don't know it. It has its moments, but this misguided movie musical largely lacks the crowd-pleasing appeal of the stage version. The best little whorehouse in Texas. That makes sense. I don't think I ever would have gotten it. But it does make sense. I can't be mad about that one, at least. It's one of my many movie blind spots. So true, they couldn't name a movie that anymore. They would have called it So That Just Happened at the littlest whorehouse in Texas. Okay, ready? Benedict Cumberbatch, World War II, Turing. What is The Imitation Game? Ridley Scott! Ridley Scott! Oscar Isaac, Alicia Vikander, Android, which I'm sure will also match with Wayland Yutani, but we'll handle that when we get there. This is Ex Machina. Ridley Scott, Sigourney Weaver, Wayland Yutani, and Vincent Van Gogh. This is Alien, the original. Now here's where things get interesting. Android is going to be... There's got to be a better way to do this. Android's going to be here. Then you got to move like 5 things out of the way, bro. Don't do that. It's gonna cost us so many swaps. Do this instead. And then, the hell is the other Uncle Mads Mikkelsen, Cold War, Vincent? Maybe I don't know what the extra connection is to Ex Machina. Unless maybe this is like a it's a red herring. We'll figure it out. So you should be, it's the same thing. You got to be stacked up freaking vertically, bro. Then what are we doing here? I'm lost, man. I'm lost in the shapes. We need a green horizontal connector. Oh, brother, this is a disaster. And I gotta go pee. I want to like refresh this one. There's Henry Cavill, Uncle, Cold War. I didn't know Alicia Vikander was in The Man from Uncle. And then these must be hot swapped. Mads Mikkelsen, Willem Dafoe, Vincent Van Gogh, Oscar Isaac. Turing. It was totally fine. Everything was completely fine. I got scared for no reason. Level 1 stepdad versus level 100 uncle. So true. Okay, give me some reversal here. Let's think about this. We got some Wes Anderson. We got some Paul Thomas Anderson. We got some Brian De Palma. We have some George Clooney films. Out of Sight, Ocean's 11, Three Kings, Fantastic Mr. Fox. Inside Out, Get Out, Blow Out, Out of Sight. Movies with out in the title. Bottle Rockets. Okay, hang on. Fantastic Mr. Fox goes here. Movies that take place in Las Vegas. Bottle Rocket, Budapest, Darjeeling. These are Wes Anderson movies. Movies that take place in Las Vegas. And Ocean's 11 goes right there. There you go. Dude, I didn't solve it piece by piece. I solved it all at once here. I solved it like Rubik's Cube style. It's like the second last move took me further away, and then the last move locked the whole thing into place in one spin. Ted, these are Mark Wahlberg films. Wes Anderson movies. Movies with out in the title. Movies that take place in Las Vegas. Movies starring George Clooney. I mean, that's a platinum performance. We got it all. Many swaps remaining, and we got all of the categories as well.